What's going on, guys? So I just sold the Chevy HHR for $3,200. Cash money as always, all hundreds. All right, 3,200 bucks is what I got out of it. Let's go over some quick numbers for you guys. A lot of people are curious about these buying and flipping of cars that I'm doing. So I paid $1,300 for the HHR. Then I paid $193.74 for a front-end alignment. I paid $164.75 for the tag, title, and license fees to get it rebuilt from salvage flood car to a rebuilt, reconstructed. I put $34.55 in gas when I bought it. $24.88 for a key fob, the clicker for it. Paid $45 to have the key fob programmed. I paid $58.25 for 2 lower control arms with ball joints. I paid $19.99 for 2 front sway bar links, in links. I paid $18.99 for the Energy suspension sway bar bushings, the greasables. I paid $49.99 for armrest covers because one of the armrests was cracking, the leather was cracking, so I bought covers for them. $20 for a decent car wash. $31.62 at AutoZone for a cabin air filter and an air intake filter. Sam's Club spent $55.40 for a headlight cleaning and 4 tires rotated and balanced. Spent $178.52 at Walmart for a new battery. And spent $32.14 at AutoZone for a relay, a radiator cap, some other little miscellaneous items. And then last but not least, $34.95. I just filled the tank up. I've driven it several hundred miles, ran it out of gas. So the total that I have in front of me that I spent on this car, everything, all in, is $22.70.34. I sold it for $32. I was asking $35. Leaves me with a profit of $929.66. And to give you an idea, I bought this car January the 16th. It's now the 25th. So it's been, 9 days. I don't know why it took me a minute to figure that out. 9 days. I was able to flip this car for almost $1,000 profit. And the last car, I flipped it in a week for $1,000 and that $1,000 profit. And that is from purchase to rebuild to doing all the work necessary. Let's jump into some of the footage of me repairing the car real fast. All right, so here we are performing some maintenance on the 06 HHR. As you see, I broke out my my new Harbor Freight tools. I'll tell you right now, this thing has made a world of difference. 1,200 foot-pounds of braking torque. First time I've worked on a suspension, I think ever, and not broken a single nut, bolt, nothing. Everything has come out without penetrating oil. No issues. It just, you stick that sucker on there and everything comes right off like it's supposed to. So very happy with the new Harbor Freight tools. As you can see, I've pulled off the sway bar links. I'm about to go in here and change out the sway bar bushings. As you can see, they're definitely worn. We've taken the control arm off, which used to mount right here, and it also used to mount under here. So control arms are out, and here's what we're looking at. This is why I refuse to half-ass a car. I refuse to sell a car that I know is dangerous to somebody. I mean, I can't predict everything that could go wrong, but, you know, I knew this was a problem. Right here, you've got completely cracked control arm bushing, and that's a huge deal. And the new control arms come with new ball joints. That wasn't even the one I was overly concerned with. The one that I knew had a major problem was this one, because the bushing has literally, just look at this. If I tried hard enough, I could pop this bushing completely out. That is dangerous. That is very dangerous. That's something that could hurt or kill somebody. So, we got our new parts here. The parts that I'm replacing are obviously the complete control arms ball joint. These are greasable sway bar bushings, and then we have our end links right here. So the front end of this thing should be nice and quiet when we get it all back together. And I got my little mess out here. Very happy so far. This thing came apart in about 40 minutes, and I'm going to pull off the sway bar bushings, and then we'll put it back together. All right, so this was a little more labor intensive than I would have liked, but I mean, I knew what I was getting into when I started this. So I want to show you guys that the tie rods are good. That's why I didn't screw with those. But we have a brand new control arm right here. This big black thing down here at the bottom, right there, giant black thing. New control arm. We got new sway bar links right here. If you go deeper into the back, you might be able to see the new. Well, you can't really see them. They're there. You can kind of see them right here. Right there, our new sway bar bushings, greasable bushings. Move on to the other side, and you'll see I've already put the wheel back on. This side is back together, and the passenger side is on its way back together. Old control arm, old ball joint, old sway bar bushing, old sway bar end link, and moving on down here, you can see the other old control arm, the other old sway bar end link, and I'd show you the other old sway bar. Oh, there it is. There it is. Other old sway bar bushing right there. All right, so a lot of you had one question in particular. Do you tell people that you sell cars, that you buy and sell cars? Do you tell people if it's a flood car? Well, as you can see right here, I bought the HHR from a local auction as a project car. Sadly, it didn't really need any work other than what's listed below. I enjoy repairing cars as a hobby and anticipated this needing some real work. It didn't. Now, as far as do I tell them about flood? Of course. Down here, the title is green and in my name. This is a rebuilt flood car with no signs of water damage. $3,500 is a great price. Also, right here, where Craigslist tells you the title status, it is rebuilt. I don't hide anything, and as you can see, the money talks for itself. I tell people the honest truth, and people still buy my cars. Here's Copart, and I'm looking at some, possible cars to do on this channel for you guys. This is one. Obviously, I need to go look at it. This is a 2011 Chrysler 200 Touring. This is going to be a little bit of an upgraded model. 72,000 miles, front end damage. These Chryslers are so easy to repair. This is going to need an entire core support, probably bumper, grille, headlight assemblies, hood, radiator, condenser radiator fan, in case I didn't say that already. Probably an airbag, I would guess. A very clean car. Oh, airbags not deployed. Not deployed. 2.4 liter. Little fuel efficient car. I will need to go check it out in person, obviously. But, the front end damage on this does not look significant at all. I believe this would be a real easy repair. Frame rails right here and right here look straight and untouched. You can buy this car today for $1,550. I can literally go down to the auction right now with $1,550 in my pocket and go buy this car. Next, there's an 03 Toyota RAV4 that I could probably just put right back up for sale without doing much of anything to it. We've got an 07 Jeep Liberty that's $1,000. Needs a fender, bumper, the molding over the side. But it's really dirty on the inside, and it's got a lot of miles, so I'm not too interested in that one. Honda Odyssey, kind of the same thing. This is one I'm also interested in. It's an 08 Pontiac Torrent, 137,000 miles. Damage is very light, limited to what appears to be the hood, the bumper, headlight, and a fender. These are cheap, easy to find parts. Interior doesn't look too awful bad. Definitely needs a good cleaning. Like I said, damage to the front, not that bad. Not that bad in my opinion. So that's pretty much it for the video. I'm going to jump out of here. I got stuff to do, but I will roll a couple extra clips right after this, so you guys can see like my initial impressions of picking up the car and all that junk. And I even did a tour of the Copart yard. Throw that video in here for you guys too. So just enjoy the rest of the video, and as always, like, comment, subscribe. Stay safe out there.